Hello, everyone. Thursday's edition of Down the Local. It is episode 16. I have to try and remember that the
16.
Thursdays are the even numbers and the Mondays are the odd numbers, and yeah, that's how I remember it, Neil. I don't know about you.
I turn up on a Monday and a Thursday.
I,
I
I
haven't
have
got a
to
clue where we're
I
at.
have to keep a note of that sort of thing. Oh shit, that's
I'm,
when
I'm
things go
impressed that
wrong.
I remember it's a Monday and Thursday, if I'm honest.
Yeah, well, likewise, especially with like the whole COVID thing. It's just every day feels like a Sunday at the minute. So,
Yeah, no.
well, I suppose yeah, you
Every day feels like a work day.
they all just meld into one. But yes, it's
They do, yeah.
a bit bizarre, but yeah,
Wake
no,
up on a
it's
Friday and Jareed's like, oh, it's a Friday. I'm like, yay! I
yay.
forgot. Oh,
I
it's
ain't got
just another one.
yeah, don't have a fucking clue what day it is. But yeah, I don't know. But I think doing
Winning.
this has maybe like helped me keep in touch with what day is what. I think it's about the one good thing that's come out of
Yeah,
it.
yeah. I know. After one of the streams every week, I've only got one day left of work. Unfortunately, after the other one, I know I've still got four normally. So
It's like damn it, yeah, crazy stuff.
every day's the same.
Every
Indeed, Karen.
day
Every day it's the same.
they all just blend into one. I don't know. Maybe we could say every day's a
Same
Monday.
stuff.
They're all shit.
Yeah.
Which I mean, we should would really
Oh
make our
dear.
lives difficult because we'd be streaming every day then, Neil.
That's very true. That's very true. How's your week been since Monday, mate?
Since Monday, me? God, when was Monday
Yeah.
again? We've
Oh,
established
three
it's
days.
Thursday
A
today, haven't
whole
we?
3 days ago. Yeah,
Damn.
a whole 3 days ago.
Since Monday, it's been fucking crazy, man. Been working like a trooper. I had a double shift on Tuesday, and then I was streaming yesterday morning, and that got yesterday afternoon. That got out of hand a little bit. With people making crazy requests, and ended up in a monkey costume. Um,
Yeah, you were full monkeyed up as well, not just the head. You got the whole outfit
I
on,
know, man.
and
People,
you were complaining about getting hot and sweaty before putting it on.
I was. Do you know
So,
what? Like,
jeez, boy.
I made the mistake. Do you know? Yeah. Yesterday, fucking see. This is how fried I am. I was. I. That's the first time I've played drums in jeans. I think since I brought that kit back in January.
I
So it's
was
like
going
the
to say.
first time in
I
six
was
months
going
I
to
played
say.
in jeans and like and my nads, man. They were sweating, sweating, and then of
Yeah,
course
I bet. I bet they weren't helped by that monkey suit.
no, exactly. And then I got fucking. I don't know. It doesn't take much to get me to do something stupid. So I'm pretty easily influenced. So when they said, "Oh, go and do it," I was like, "Oh, go on then." And then the crowd went wild. So
Do it.
so it didn't take much. Didn't take much, but yeah, that was really good. Then I was working yesterday afternoon. So today I have been. Well, I mean, I just you can probably see I look like a fucking. I haven't slept. I'm knackered. I'm knackered. Trust me, this is needed. I really need this right now.
What do
So,
you want today? What do you want today?
do you know what? I don't, I'm slightly embarrassed to say. I'm slightly
Oh, you
embarrassed,
haven't
Neil.
got Fosters. Have you got
No,
Fosters?
no, I haven't got Fosters. I haven't got Fosters. But you
You,
might.
yeah, okay.
It could be worse. I mean, this is up to you on this one. I'll let you make this call.
No, you're fine. You haven't got a vest on, so you're all good.
Yeah, I know. I thought if I wore the white vest, then I'd really be pushing my luck. But um, but no,
Yes.
I do you know what? It's the only pint cans they had in the shop, and I was like, do you know what? Value for money. I'm gonna get me some pint cans. So, how about
Yes.
yourself, Neil? How has your week been so far? What are you drinking tonight, buddy?
That exactly what I am drinking tonight. Bud. So
Nice,
back on the bud. They sell it over
nice.
the road. It saves me the hassle of having to queue up to go into Sainsbury's just to buy alcohol.
Okay,
Because you know,
right. I think Neil. I think this is
I mean,
something.
I think they've already asserted it. They've already asserted an opinion of me in there, but I don't like to encourage that opinion.
Do they call you boss?
They don't call me boss.
Oh man.
They call me drunk Neil.
All right, pisshead.
Yeah. Oh, he's back. He's back. What's he got today? What's in the basket? Is it a cocktail weekend or is it a vino weekend?
How cheap is he feeling? Hmm.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, he's on the Sainsbury's own cider. It's a poor one. He's
Is
not
that-
been paid.
It's middle of the month. He's on the cheap cider. Come end of the month, that's it. All the
He's got the
rum, all the everything's
he's got
going
the
in the
box of
basket.
wine.
Yeah. Um, hello everyone in the chat. Hello Karen. Hello George. Welcome. Neil, this is something we've not actually really talked about, despite the fact that it's called Down the Local Show. We've not really debated beer too much, and I'm glad that you brought it up on Monday because we have a very dear friend
Yeah.
that we have on Twitch who seems to think that Foster's is kind of a chosen beer. I mean, I
I've
don't.
chosen.
Yeah, I know, but why would you walk into a pub and then go, oh, they're out of Foster's and be disappointed? Like,
I-
who would do that?
It beggars belief, mate. I don't have words. You meet someone, you think, oh, he's a cool guy,
He's a really nice guy.
and then he tells you his beer of choice, not just the beer he's drinking that day, his beer of choice. It's Foster's. Fuck off.
I don't know.
It's no one's beer of choice. It's brewed in Australia. They don't like it. They send it here.
George is saying at least it's not Carlin. I don't know. I'm partial to a Carlin, to be honest. I don't mind Carlin.
I don't mind a Carling. If I'm thinking, do you know what? I don't want to get steep. I don't want your premium stuff. I don't want Kronenberg. I don't want Stella or any of your 5% stuff. Carling's all right. I would still rather go with a Bexivier.
Yeah.
If it's available.
Agreed. Bex is a nice one.
Carlin is definitely your 4% beer of choice if you haven't got the premium 4%ers there. I'd even rather go with a Stella Black. I like them. They're the 4%ers, aren't they?
Not had a Stella Black, I don't think. I don't think I've had one.
Ooh. Oh, they're nice. They're all right. It's Stella without the aggravated salt charge after.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay. I've
Yeah.
I mean, well, as you know, I quite like an Amstel.
Yeah,
I
I'm
mean,
good as well. 4%.
and to be fair, it depends on what time of day you're drinking and what the plan is for the day. If it's like 10 in the morning and I'm on holiday, then do you know what? A Carlsberg is okay. Just because I know I've got a long day ahead of me.
Yeah. But Carlsberg makes me very bloated.
Yeah, it's a bit. Oh, Lorenzio's here. Welcome, Lorenzio.
Lorenzo.
Yeah, boy. So I don't know. I'm just trying to think what other premium lagers you get when you walk into a pub. That I don't know. I can't think of anything that's worse than Foster's.
No. Do you know why?
Because it's shit.
There isn't anything worse than Foster's. From a taste point of view, do you know what? This could be a bit controversial. I didn't mind Heineken until they bought the European version of Heineken over here. The stronger version of Heineken, I don't really like.
Okay.
So it used to be about 3.6, 3.7%, the British version. And then they started bringing over the European stuff, which is 5.2. And I don't like it. That extra little bit of strength they put, it's not as good. It's not as good. But I'd still rather have that than Foster's. Because Foster's has no... I'd rather have bad flavour than no flavour. That's where it's at.
Yeah, I don't know. Peroni is nice. Yeah, Peroni is very nice.
Peroni is a good one.
But I mean, to drink that stuff, man, you got to be
we're not
a
in position
freaking millionaire.
Yeah, we're not in the position to remortgage our houses at the moment, are we? So,
Christ, we're talking fucking hell. This takes me back about 9 years ago. 9 years ago, when I very first started playing Sunday League, the pub I used to go in, they used to they sell Peroni there, and even back then, 9 years ago, it was £4.60 a pint. £4.60 a pint. Fucking honestly, just make my eyes water.
I remember going into the Lamb, Henry's, whatever it's now called, I don't know. The one behind Debenhams in the city. In Norwich.
Yeah, it's a Lamb.
I think it's the Lamb again, isn't it?
Yeah. Good
So
pub.
I remember going in there when I was still working at Aviva. So we're going 9 years ago.
Mm.
And I remember having a Kirichin, which is Japanese beer.
Mhm.
And that was £5.20
Oh, fucking hell.
9 years ago. I
What
remember
beer?
going
Like,
in
what
there
is it though?
thinking,
Like, is it was
I'll
just
try
like
something
a
different.
lager or something?
Yeah, Japanese
Fuck
lager.
that.
Yeah. I thought it might be like 12 shots of sake or something, the price they were charging me.
Yeah. I mean, Asahi's a nice beer. Speaking of kind of Asian
Asahi's
beers,
all right, yeah.
that's nice. I tell you, one of the nicest lagers I've ever
But,
had was there was a lager called Mongoose. It was lovely.
okay.
That was so nice. I've never seen it since.
Yeah.
I brought it in a Tesco's. Once again, about 8-9 years ago, something like that. That was lovely. Very
Okay.
nice.
Okay. But this is where we kick in with the fat cat loving.
Oh,
Because it's a different choice every day, isn't it? It don't matter. You don't go in and look at the pumps. You look at a chalkboard.
you do.
And
there's
then you
just
look
so
at the
much to choose
price.
from.
And then you look at the percentage volume and the price. And then you make your decision. And that's how beer should be done. That's how you should choose a beer.
Be honest, I just look for 4 letters, and that's DIPA. A double IPA. You know you're going to get a good beer if you find a double IPA.
Yeah, but I think, do you know what? I want the bang for the buck.
You want the bang,
If
don't
I'm
you?
going to spend £5 on a beer, yeah. If I'm going to spend £5 on a beer, I want it to be the strongest beer I can get for £5.
It's fair enough.
I'm not here to fuck around.
Especially not, yeah.
Sort me out, mate.
I was gonna say definitely not in the in the fat cat of all places. Jesus Christ, yeah. I mean,
No. I did make the mistake. The first ever time I went into the Fat Cat, which was the old one off of Dereham Road, and I went in there to watch a game of football. They used to have football in like the barn section around the back, and I thought, do you know what? It was pre-payday, and I had probably I think it was the Sunday, and we got paid on the Monday.
Right.
And I had about £12 in my account.
Okay.
And I was like, well, I need to make this last. So I went in, and I'd never really had sort of stouts or ales. It was always very lagery or cider stuff I had, or alcopops. So it must have been fairly. So I must have been like 23, 24. Talking a long time ago.
Okay.
And I ordered this stout, and it was 8.4%. It was £3, and then I realised it was £3 for half a pint.
Oh shit!
And the guy behind the bar said, "You sure you want it as a pint? We normally only sell them as halves." And I was like, "Yeah. Do me the pint, £6." I was like, "Okay." I took it away. It looked like a pint of Coke.
Yeah.
Little bit of fizz on the top and that. But when you poured it, it left residue around the outside of the glass, mate. Like it had super amounts of tannins from a glass of red wine. It was ridiculous. It took me an hour and 45 minutes to drink. The game finished, and I still had some in the glass.
Fuck that.
It literally, I was pouring it into my mouth and chewing it before I could swallow. Yeah. It was awful. It was arguably the worst drink I've ever had. And had I not paid £6 for it 15 years ago, I probably would have just left it. But Jesus, no chance. I was finishing that before I went anywhere.
Yeah, especially like, all we had was £12. It's like, I paid £6 for this. I'm gonna fucking drink it. Did you ask the guy for a flake when you ordered it?
Do you know what? I didn't realise how thick it was until I got back to the table. And as I put it down on the table, I then knocked the table as I sat down, and there was no movement. You normally expect a little bit of spillage over the edge. Nothing. No movement whatsoever.
You could have just done that and
crazy.
No, fine.
Yeah, poured it. I could have turned it upside down. Like magic trick, mate.
I don't know why. Like generally, every time I go out with Ferret in Norwich, every time Ferret comes up to visit, he'll walk into a pub. He'll look around, try and find a beer that he wants. You know, because everywhere we go, we always find, like as you say, there's like the Coach and Horses or any of the Fat Cats or the Ribs of Beef, the Plaster's Arms. You go in there and you just size up what beers are what. Now, without fail, every single time I walk into a pub with Ferret, he'll have a little look, and he will order a stout or something to that effect.
Right.
Now,
Yeah.
he's not a stout drinker. I don't know why he does it, but he will always, every time, he will order one. He'll have a few sips of it, and it'll just sit there, and it sits there for about an hour.
Isn't a stout like a close relation to a ferret though? Maybe he's doing it for family.
Stoat, you fucking idiot.
Stoat. Oh, mate.
Foxy,
Stupid
musky
little
stoat.
animals, aren't it?
Lorenzio likened it to Marmite. Was it like drinking a pint of Marmite, Neil? Hi, Jake.
No, because I like Marmite.
Oh, really? That's
Yeah.
disgusting. How can anyone like Marmite? No one likes Marmite. Even people.
Don't get me wrong. I wouldn't drink it out of a pint glass. But I like it. Have you ever had Vegemite?
No, I don't like Marmite, mate. I don't want that. That stuff's disgusting. It stinks as well.
Yeah, it seems.
Horrible stuff.
Yeah, it's
Horrible stuff, mate.
It's got an odour. It's
Horrible.
Good shit, mate. It's good stuff.
Good shit.
It's good for you. It's good for you. It's good for you.
No, I'm not buying it,
Better
Neil.
than Vegemite. That's where those Aussies are cocked up again with the Vegemite. They try and make a copy of Marmite. It tastes like poo.
I mean,
They're giving us Vegemite and Foster's.
They're Australians, mate. They're nuts, mate.
Yeah.
They're fucking nuts. All of them.
Yeah.
They're fucking bunch of bogans. 3 impressions. There we go. I've redeemed one of my spins.
Where's your wheel? Where's the wheel? Yeah, you've done it already. It's not your fault they didn't come onto this channel, is it?
Yeah, exactly. Man, I could do it all night. There we go. I've got 14 to get through tomorrow. Fucking hell. Don't know how it's going to work. Coop, I love Marmite. Coop, that says a lot.
Yeah, good work, Coop. No, me and you, mate. Virtual high five. Me, Jake. Yeah, it's all about the Marmite. Lorenzio, you like Vegemite as well, though? Nah, mate. That's weird stuff.
Benno in the house. Yeah, Benno. So anyone that is following, could you guys, Ben, just ignore that. I gave Ben permission to pop a link on here for you guys to go vote for a goal for his that was part of an old club that he's involved with. So if anyone could just pop over there and give that a quick vote, that'd be much appreciated. And give
Not
it a
now,
shout
though.
out. Not now. When the show's over. Yeah, don't go anywhere.
No. Don't. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Because we got some
If
some
you're
good
still
shit
on at
coming
the
up.
end, if you're still on at the end, Ben, I'd repost it, mate, and then everyone can go from there.
We'll
Have a little look.
We'll get everyone over there, buddy. But yeah, ignore the telling off.
Yeah,
Okay,
I just want to also point out as well. I saw George pop up a minute ago. I am loving the fact that just for George, you've still got the Ibrahimovic shirt in the background. I was very upset when I saw you drumming yesterday without it. It was like a one show only gig.
I told you it'd be one show.
It's still there.
I told you it'd be only one show that I was going to wear. I said I'd wear the shirt for one drumming stream, and it would stay up behind me for the foreseeable on Down the Local. Now George can correct me if I'm wrong, but those are the words I said.
If those were the deals, I mean, to be fair, George would be telling you, why have you not got it on if that was the case?
I mean,
you've got to go with the merch. You've got to go with the t-shirts.
I know.
Got to represent.
Precisely. I thought I'd get a telling off on Monday from him going, why aren't you wearing the shirt for the football stream? But, he understood. He knew the deal. The guy's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, thanks again, George.
After that stream you've done on Monday as well.
Why do you think it's the furthest away from me?
Yeah, exactly. That built up a bit of sweat again on Monday, didn't it?
Oh, mate. With all the lights as well, like, it's just, oh, man, I'm cooking myself. I need to turn them lights off. It's like
disco.
It's like playing drums in a microwave.
Stop being part of the Liverpool Spice Boys. Spice Boys.
Yeah. Oh man, what were they thinking, man? What were they thinking wearing those fucking horrible shitty suits?
What, the white suits?
Yeah, they were fucking horrible.
Man, I wanted to get married in a white suit.
Neil, that says a lot about you. You like Marmite and you want to get married in a white suit.
Matt, at the time, I think I was doing anything I could to wind up so I didn't get married.
The monkey wants to wear the shirt. No, I don't. I'm pretty sure Lorenzio he doesn't.
Oh Jesus! You wouldn't get that over the top of the monkey suit. You only just got it on you. You wouldn't get it over the monkey suit as well.
And to be fair, I'm ballooning, man. Jesus, I'm worried about next season. I'm gonna be like Ivan Campo rocking up to games, mate, with no hair.
Yeah. No, last time I saw Andy, he looked like he'd had a load of wasp stings. His face had bloated a little,
Did it really?
bit. And that. He's obviously quite a happy boy at the moment. But he's like, look at my belly, right? Well, you showed me that.
Did you want
You've
to
been
rub
mocking
it?
mine for years.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You're not bully yet. You got a long way to go, son.
Make 3 wishes if you rub that, mate. It's really tempting.
Oh.
So Neil, we've got La Liga starting up. Did you know about that? La Liga starts again today. How exciting!
I knew about it because you told me, and then when I opened my phone up a minute ago to whack something very quickly onto Facebook to say we are live, come and join us. One of the things on my phone said La Liga games start tonight at like 9 o'clock. There's no there's not big games tonight though, is there?
Sevilla, Real
La Liga's
Betis.
back. It's Sevilla, Betis. Yeah. So it's a derby, isn't it?
I mean, it could be a big game in the context of the league. I just wanted to check up and see where they're at in the league. Because Sevilla are in third.
Sevilla are in their normal place, aren't they?
They're third.
Yeah.
Betis are down in 12th. I thought that they were higher up. Because I mean,
I think Betis started quite well, but fell apart, didn't they?
Yeah, because was it this summer they signed Nabil Fekir? Was it this summer?
Yeah,
was it last? Yeah. I mean, I thought he was going to turn out to be a. Yeah, I think you're right. I think I thought he would have taken the league by storm there. When you thought that a lot of the English teams were looking at him. I know Liverpool and Arsenal were linked with him, but I don't think he's really hit it off in Spain. And I think Spain is one of the easiest places to thrive as a striker.
Yeah, but he's not a striker, is he? He's kind of an attacking player. I think the problem was he looked great in France. It's another one. You got to bear in mind the reason Liverpool didn't sign him was he failed a medical. He got injured, didn't he?
Yeah.
And you don't know how much of an effect that's then had on him. But I don't think he was scraping into the French team, squad, but he was never getting much game time, was he?
No.
And you think the people in front of him, you got a guy who's 32 who plays sporadically at Chelsea, and Giroud is playing on a regular basis instead of him. Now, I know Giroud's in there because he serves a purpose for the team in the setup. Yep. If Fekir's that good, you'd expect him to work around it a little bit.
You'd have thought.
But he just sits on the bench. They worked around it for Payet.
Yep, true.
Played him out wide and gave him essentially a free role to do what he wanted because they knew he could.
Yeah, but I think that's maybe Payet's best role is I think just letting him play his game. Because I mean, he is class. That man is class.
Well, he had that role within West Ham, but he kind of done it more centrally, where he had the freedom to go everywhere, as opposed to almost starting wide and cutting in and doing what he wanted from there.
Yeah,
almost having like half a pitch to operate in, whereas at West Ham he had the whole pitch.
Yeah,
but equally, the France national team is significantly better than the West Ham team was.
Significantly.
So, yeah, but for Fekir to be an also-ran at best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just doesn't. Yeah, I was going to say, just doesn't really say. I mean, I actually, funny enough, I didn't really look at the league until this second, and I didn't realise Barcelona weren't really, running away with it. Given the plight that everyone's been talking about with Real Madrid, everyone's been saying that Real Madrid's fallen apart, but and they're having a shocking season. I mean, they're only 2 points off the lead, and they've lost. I mean, they only lost 3 games this season against Barcelona's 5.
They've lost less than Barca. I think the problem is Real this season. They've lost points from leads, so they've drawn a number of games where they've been in front. And I think also they've still not properly replaced Ronaldo, and everybody looks at that and says, "Well, Barcelona still got Messi, Liverpool, Real Madrid don't have Ronaldo, so they're going to struggle."
Yeah, I mean,
this is no different. This league table looks no different when Ronaldo was there.
Not really. No, I mean the only difference is as you say, the goal difference. But having looked at that, they're 2 goals behind Barcelona on goal difference. Barcelona have scored 63 but conceded 31, and Real Madrid have only scored a paltry 49. as opposed to the 19 that they've
Yep.
conceded. 49 goals in 27 games is not bad.
Pathetic.
Not bad.
Oh, mate. When Ronaldo's
Mate, not
there,
bad.
when
Yeah, when
Ronaldo was there,
Ronaldo's
he
there,
would have scored, essentially. Yeah.
yeah, he'd have
But
scored
this is what I'm
20
saying.
of
They've
those.
not replaced him. Yeah.
Yeah, but you
He
can't
would have
replace
scored.
him.
They would have scored. No, you can't. But there's not been. Who have they tried to replace him with? They haven't really.
Yeah, we talked about this on was it last Thursday about the young players that they've got coming
Yeah.
in Vinicius Junior and
Yeah.
Rodrigo. Not to mention they signed
Yeah.
a player that everyone reckoned was one of the most fearsome strikers in Europe last season in Luka Jovic, young Serbian
he's been
striker.
poor.
He's been very poor,
Yeah.
but adapting to a new country, and to be fair, you don't just walk into Real Madrid, and
He
settle
also
in straight
done very
away
well.
unless you are a big player elsewhere. I mean, he's still a young man and playing at Eintracht Frankfurt. You've not got the world's gaze on you playing for a team like that.
And Frankfurt, it was set up for him, wasn't it? I mean,
We talked about that,
as you pointed out numerous times. Yeah, Sebastian Haller was the fall guy for Jovic. Haller got a lot of goals, but a majority of his work created the chances for Jovic in a front two, which Real Madrid don't play. So Jovic just stood there all on his own. He's got to create stuff for himself a lot of the time. So I think the biggest shock in La Liga is the fact that Atletico Madrid sit in sixth, but then looking at it, they're 2 points behind third.
Yeah.
So it's ridiculously tight when you think there are only 5 points between seventh and third.
Yep. Yeah, it's crazy. And Getafe sat there just behind Real Sociedad in fifth. Those are two teams that you wouldn't necessarily link with being up there, but I mean they've been revelations this season, and that's all it takes, isn't it? I mean, I don't think they're not going to do this consistently, especially if they get into Europe next season. They're not going to have the squads to handle it. So, as you say, I think that there's going to be some form of reassemblement there with Atletico Madrid. Leapfrogging them. Valencia down in seventh is a bit of a surprise as well, given the players that they've got.
Yeah,
but
again, that's why I included them in that shout.
Yeah,
exactly. They're 5 points behind. Yeah. But the shock with Valencia is their goal difference.
Yeah,
sat in seventh place on a -1.
Crazy. Man.
They've obviously taken a couple of hammerings somewhere along the line because they've won more games and they've won significantly more than they've lost.
They've got your man at the back though, haven't they? That used to be at Arsenal. That's why. Gabriel.
Which one? Oh yeah, but Arsenal have got Mustafi, who was at Valencia. It seems like a fair swap.
School of defending, mate. Whoever their defensive coaching.
Phil Neville's still there, isn't he?
It was Gary Neville, mate.
Gary's in the background. Well, Phil was the assistant manager, wasn't he? Phil put in a good word to get Gary the gig.
It was to do with the owners, apparently.
Sacked, Phil was. Oh yes, it was the
the owners. The owners knew
who were mates.
They knew Gary Neville and tried and talked him into it. Told him, "Oh, come over," and he stupidly said, "Yeah." I think he talks about it on Sky Sports. I think on YouTube somewhere. It was quite interesting listening to him talk about it because, I mean, even he can say he made an absolute twat of himself. So, got to respect that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the Valencia fans don't respect him, but fair play to him for putting his hands up and saying, "Do you know what? Wasn't my bag."
No, exactly. Yeah. And frankly, wasn't good enough, and that's it. End of. So, as you say, you got to respect that.
I was shocked looking at the league table that Espanyol are adrift at the bottom.
Big
I know they're not a big team. They don't have, but they used to get a lot of youngsters that had kind of not made it into La Masia, Barcelona, because obviously Barcelona club, and a lot of the youngsters used to go
Madrid
there that didn't make it, and they progressed through. Sorry,
Madrid club, aren't they? Espanyol.
I thought Espanyol was Barcelona.
I think they're a Madrid club.
I thought it was another Catalan region. I thought they were a Catalan region.
Find out for you. Sorry, continue.
Good man. But yeah, I will continue. But yeah, I thought they used to pick up a lot of those players from sort of the youth team that didn't quite make it. They'd pull them through and through. But they've never been massive. But they've always kind of... Yeah, but it is Barca, yeah. Yep. They've sat around that area. Sort of 14th, 15th, that sort of place in the league for a long time, but they're kind of getting cut adrift at the bottom now, and I see that as a shock because there's some really poor teams in the bottom end of La Liga now.
I think for the, apart from the most recognised teams, I think the whole of the league is poor, Neil. I mean, this has been something we've talked about, time and time again. I think if you stuck a team like Burnley in La Liga, they'd be a top 6 side.
Yeah. Well, maybe.
Oh, they would.
I think, Lorenzo was saying, I remember when so many Spanish teams were in the semis of the Champions League. And that it's been the case, and it's been the case for a long, long time. Because the top 4 teams in Spain are very good.
Yeah.
Even when you go down, I mean, you can look at that, and we're looking at the league table, and we're saying, right, okay, so Barcelona, Real Madrid stand above everyone else.
Yep.
But then you've got that batch behind Sevilla. Sociedad have done really well over the last few years. Atletico, Valencia, Villarreal, Atletico Bilbao, Osasuna have had decent seasons. But then you kind of get below that, and it's dross.
I mean, Betis have been there and about. Betis have been up there. As you say, Villarreal have had 1 or 2 decent seasons. They went through that period where they had, was it Luis Mariano? Mariano, who was the centre midfielder who played for Villarreal? He was an absolute dynamite of a player. I can't remember his bloody name now.
Cool. But I remember them having Forlan, and that was when they started to look really good. Forlan was banging goals in form.
Yeah, looking really strong. But as you say, Villarreal had 1 or 2 decent seasons. Valencia, 1 or 2 decent seasons.
Valencia have always been the 4th or 5th team in Spain.
Yeah,
for a long period of time.
Yeah, kind of not really quite the top side, and they do okay in Europe, and they, not a bad team. Real Betis, I say, were then a kind of like the next ones out of those guys.
Real Betis went through a period of time where they really tried to push themselves.
Yeah, they were up there.
Spent a load of money and failed miserably, and they blew all the money, got relegated, and had to go for a rebuild and a rethink. But
as you say, prior to that, they were up there, kind of thereabouts for a little while. Bilbao, Sevilla. Aside from that, mate, Levante had 1 or 2 decent seasons, didn't they? But they've been a yo-yo club. They've been up and down, like a horse.
Well, they went for a period of just signing anyone and everyone. They had Ian Hart in left back for a year there.
Great shout on Riquelme. I remember he was there, but I'm thinking of someone else. Because Manchester United were heavily linked with him for a period.
Riquelme was one of those players who you never saw really move around, but the guy was unreal. He was a bit of a Juninho Pernambucano.
Yeah,
wasn't he? He wasn't box to box. He wasn't, but when the ball was within a 2-yard radius of him, he was unbelievable.
There's something about the way he played. He was just, I don't know. You can't really explain.
Massive flop at Barcelona, wasn't
he? Yeah, but I think sometimes, as you say, a player like that needs to be, needs to be paying for a smaller club almost, doesn't they? Yeah, you're right. He
needed to accept attention. Yeah. Everything based around him and people playing to his strengths. Bit of a Letitia kind of setup.
Yeah.
I think where everything's built around you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if you go somewhere else, it ain't gonna work out.
Yeah, to an extent, I think Romelu Lukaku kind of benefited from that sort of thing as well for a period when he was a little bit younger. Still a very young man, but I think when he was at Everton and West Brom, he was very much, as you say, the centre of attention, and that really helped him. Yep. So when he first come to Manchester United, I think he was a little bit. It took him a little bit of adjusting, and that's why maybe the players didn't, certainly the fans, anyways, didn't warm to him. But he's doing the business in Italy. Was on a regular basis, obviously pre-COVID. Marcos Senna was the fellow I was thinking of.
Marcos Senna, yes, defensive midfielder. He had 3 really good years, and in those 3 really good years, he won the Euro. He won a World Cup and a European Championship medal.
Yeah, he was at Villarreal for 11 years. But he was a beast in the midfield.
He kept Sergio Busquets out of the team for Spain, didn't he?
Mm. Neil, we got to send him a trophy, mate. If he's done that for us.
Sergio Busquets?
No, Marcos Senna for keeping Biscuits out the side, mate.
From Biscuits out, see? Yeah, the worst thing centre ever done was retire.
Yeah, prick. Has he got his phone number on it? I'm going to ring him up. Oi, Marcus, what you at, son? You fancy, go out training
What are you
for a bit?
playing, mate? You're
Yeah, you
exactly 40 years old and you retired, you pussy.
yeah, you fucking wimp. He's 43. Oh, you got fucking loads of years left in the tank, son.
Legs in you, mate. Legs.
You're only 5'10", mate. There's plenty in you, son. Um,
Oh,
so,
bless him, Tim. Bless him.
after an irregular season with
Oh, I'll tell you
Villarreal,
what, though.
was left out of the Spain's final 23-man squad with Sergio Busquets starting in his place as the national team, went on to win the fucking... Been wronged, mate. He's been wronged. Oh, fucking Biscuits ruined his career, son.
Itch, mate. That's what happens.
Prick.
Big club syndrome, innit? Big club syndrome.
Big club syndrome.
So Jesse Lingard keeps getting caps for England. As soon as he leaves Man United, mate, no chance. He knows
Mate,
it.
big time.
We know it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. How on earth, mate?
If he sits in the reserves at Man United, he'll still get caps.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, if he played for Manchester United's under-23s or something, he'd still get caps. But I reckon if he went to Everton or something like that, he wouldn't get caps. Even Everton, I don't think he would. Newcastle, no.
Oh yeah, I agree.
I mean, you just got to look at
Yeah.
Phil Jones. I mean,
Well,
Phil Jones
if he
wouldn't have
went in-
nowhere near the amount of caps that he's got. Well, I mean, I don't know how he's got the caps he's got because he's always fucking injured. But
Do you know what? If Phil Jones hadn't gone to Manchester United, he may have got the caps
I reckon he would.
because he may have not got too big for himself, and he may have just carried on. He may have been actually very, very good. We never know.
I'll just, yeah. Who knows? But
That
I
issue.
yeah.
It's that whole issue of so there was the thing with Tim Flowers. So he made when he went from Southampton to Blackburn, he went from a team struggling at the bottom of the table on a regular basis to a team who were pushing the top end of the table. And he used to make some very, very not bad decisions, but he conceded some stupid goals. I remember the one against he conceded where Stan Collymore hit a shot from distance and hit a bobble about 7 yards out from goal and went over Tim Flowers' shoulder. Tim Flowers was on his knees waiting for the ball. As a goalkeeper, you don't go down onto your knees to wait for the ball because you've got no reaction. So he'd done that. And there was a lot of stuff being said after that. He had an issue where when he was at Southampton, he knew he was going to be constantly under pressure. So he was always switched on. At Blackburn, there was big chunks of the time where he wasn't under pressure. He wasn't doing anything. And his concentration would switch off. It was almost like having the monk in goal.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I'm not sure Nigel Martin just thought about kicking people's heads in all the time, but
yeah, it's if you're not zoned in all the time, then you're not. It's going to be hard. But
yeah. No, 100%. I agree. I mean, you look at Chris Kirkland was another one. Started off at Liverpool, didn't he? And just everyone said he was going to go.
No, he started at Coventry.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
He was at Coventry, and he was brilliant at Coventry as a youngster. As like a 19-year-old, 20-year-old, he came into the team. It was fantastic, and Liverpool paid a load of money for him. Paid I think it was like £6 million for a young goalkeeper. And he went and he played to start with, and he was all right. And then he got crocked, and then crocked, and he just spent his whole time at Liverpool injured.
Yeah.
Every time they'd loan him out, he'd be fantastic at where they loaned him out to. And he'd go back to Liverpool and he'd be injured again.
Yeah.
In the end, they just cut their losses.
That's all you can do, I think, when you got a player like that.
Yeah.
Just ship him off. I mean, he done quite well at Wigan when he ended up there, I thought, and whatnot. But yeah, as you say, it just didn't happen.
I think he'd done an interview where he said he had an injury at Liverpool, which meant he knew he was never going to be able to play at the highest level that he could. But he didn't want to admit to the injury, and he was taking, I think it was in his shoulder or back, but he was taking cortisone injections on a regular basis. And when he went back to Liverpool, they didn't like him taking the injections, which is why he was then always injured.
Oh, okay.
When he'd go out on loan, teams were happy for him to do it because he was on loan and they wanted to make the most of the money they were paying.
Yeah.
So he kind of got away with it. But yeah, it was interesting that he said, that's why he retired or really dropped down the leagues and played really low level at the end, because he said he knew he couldn't do it. And why just keep pushing and pushing and pushing? You're going to cause himself more and more damage. So
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, yeah,
It's
you still got
interesting.
your life afterwards, haven't you? You know, regardless of your time in football,
Yeah,
you know, you don't want to be struggling to make a cup of tea at the age of 40 years old, do you? So,
no, no. It's interesting to hear some of the stories from players once they've retired about how they saw things.
mm.
So
Well,
there's
yeah,
a really good.
come on.
Go on, sorry, go on.
I was going to say about the Owen Hargreaves one, but he reckoned that Manchester United used him as a bit of a pincushion when he arrived there when he was having injuries. Um,
Yeah,
because you know he sort of arrived after having a really good Euros. I think I'm right in saying he had a really good European
he had a good
tournament.
Euros and Champions League the year before it banned.
Yeah. Um, got to move to Manchester United. Then had niggly injury after niggly injury, and he reckons that
Yeah,
effectively the Manchester United physios were experimenting on him with different cocktails of drugs to try and get him to
but they
heal from different kinds of injuries and things like this, and they weren't listening to him. And
but they were told to keep him fit and get him on the pitch,
yeah.
and that was essentially it. They paid all this money out for him, and that
Mm,
first season he was very good, and they were told keep him fit, and then
mm,
it got to a point where his body was reacting against him because he'd had so many injections and things like that. But I
mm.
was going to say is the Secret Footballer books are really good to get an understanding. It's not a secret anymore; everyone knows who he is.
Mhm, mhm.
But there was one book which was called The Secret Physio, which was
Okay.
where he done the intro and then linked into a physio that he'd worked with. And the
Right.
physio, I don't know if the guy that still is secret. No one knows who that is. But it was interesting to then hear and see the things that the club were asking the physio to do that went against all medical practices
I can imagine.
to keep players in a position. And he was saying, you stand up and you say this isn't right, and they're like, if you won't do it,
Mm,
there's 10 other people who will.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Do
you
you
either
want
do it
your
or yeah,
morals
or do you
or
want
do
your
you want
job?
your job?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. And unfortunately, when you get booted out of one club or a big club for not doing as what has been requested, other clubs are then going to look at you and go, do we want to run that risk? Is he going to revolt against us?
yeah. Exactly.
And then you end
What's
up
everyone
dropping
else?
down the
Yeah,
leagues, and your money becomes ridiculous. And essentially you go from having a fairly high profile role and high profile job to essentially being an everyday physio, trying
yeah,
to help people with any kind of injury, health condition, and they still get paid decent amount of money,
yeah,
but you're kind of a bit tarnished, aren't you? You were working there. Why aren't you working there anymore?
yeah. Oh, it's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. But as you say, it's football is a business at the end of the day, and they'll
Yeah,
do whatever it takes to get their money out of things. And at the end of the day, certainly in the modern game, anyways, I don't think footballers are looked at as footballers, as people. They're looked at as assets. You are a business
yeah,
asset. We have purchased you for X amount, and therefore you are an asset of that price, and that is it. And this is kind of what
yeah,
makes. I think we've said it a couple of times on this show. It kind of makes what we do to an extent redundant, because we talk about the different things in football, and we talk about this, and we talk about the personalities and whatnot, but it's all irrelevant when it comes to the clubs and the people that run these
yeah,
clubs, because they couldn't give a fuck if these players. I mean, you just have to look at, okay, going off on a slight tangent, but look at the issues of racism that we're experiencing at the moment within football.
yeah, yeah.
Chairmans, football owners, football federations do not care about the issues
No,
that we're going through on a human level at the moment, because it could effectively damage revenues, players' image, which therefore has links to merchandising, all these kind of things. So as far as they're concerned, this is why nothing that's being done is going to be an effective fight against racism, because it's not done at a profitable level, as far as I'm concerned.
no. If 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 there was more done
Mm.
via FIFA, UEFA, etc., to combat racism, you
Yep.
wouldn't need campaigns like Kick It Out.
Correct. Correct.
These campaigns kick in because there isn't enough being done elsewhere.
And
You
I
shouldn't
think,
have a
yeah,
campaign. Now, you've got governing bodies there. You've got multiple governing bodies. Why does it take a bespoke charity campaign to then get involved?
mm,
It's an absolutely ridiculous state of affairs.
it's pathetic.
And when you see, and I think it's, I mean, we're to an extent we're lucky in this country because racism, it's still there. It's still there in
I
football. It's
think there's a
still there
lot
in
of it there.
games.
I think there's a hell of a lot of it that
Yeah,
it's very
but a
well,
lot.
it's not easily broadcastable. Put it that way.
No, but I think a lot of it, especially in the UK, there's a lot more awareness of it.
Mm.
There's a
Yeah.
lot more gets done, not necessarily to combat it, but it's highlighted more. You see clubs saying we're going to find this person, we're going to ban him, give him a life ban from the club, etc. In Italy, you see fans abusing their own players,
Yeah.
and it's fine. In Russia, when Zenit St. Petersburg paid a load of money to sign Hulk and Axel Witsel, who
Yep.
were both very, very good players at the time.
Yeah.
The
Very
Zenit fans put banners up saying we're a white club, fuck off,
Yeah.
essentially.
basically.
And then you look at it, and it said they were neither Witsel or Hulk are black. They are
Nope.
both mixed race.
Yep.
And Zenit was saying we've never had black players here before. Fuck off. And you look back at the history, and actually they were the first ever two players of any kind of different
Ethnicity. Yeah.
background, ethnicity background to play for Zenit. And you think, well, that's ridiculous in
That is crazy.
itself.
That is crazy. But that's where, as you say, I completely agree that in this country we are. I wouldn't say we're better off. I think better off is not the term to use. But the word that I use and that I feel is the right kind of way of going about it is we're a damn sight more educated in this country.
Yeah.
On what culture is and of these people. And right now, like I've been shouting about for the last week, because it's something that it really has boiled my blood with everything that is going on, is that
Ground your gears.
it has I mean, it's really upset me because I think it's fucking abysmal that we are in the 2020th year of having fucking education in this world, and we still can't accept the fucking people that we inhabit this planet with. This planet's is 4.5 billion years old, and we still can't accept the fucking people we share it with. We can't walk down the street and just accept the fucking people we're there with. It fucking boggles my mind. I just don't get it.
Yeah.
I do not fucking get it. And putting fucking stupid, fucking idiotic social media campaigns out there is not fixing the fucking problem. It's not.
No, it doesn't fix
And
the problem.
it drives me fucking mad. It drives me up the fucking bend. Do you know what? Instead of putting all that shit on Facebook and shit on Instagram, shit all over Twitter, shit all over Twitch, shit on the internet, shit here, shit there, so that I can sit there and pat myself on the back and say, oh, I've done my bit, I've done this. Do you know what? I sat there and read through fucking Wikipedia for an hour the other day about Afro-Americans being shipped into... Sorry, African people being shipped into America, and that's essentially where Afro-Americans have originated from, is being shipped there for fucking slavery. I took the time to educate myself a bit more on this situation, and that's what people need to fucking do. Not putting stupid fucking pictures all over Instagram. That's what people should be doing.
I think the problem is a lot of people are already educated, and unfortunately it's one of those stupid situations where people who aren't necessarily educated are the ones who are then causing an issue. But then equally, I saw... we're going on to a political rant here. And
we are a bit, yeah.
That's
but
not what we're here for.
Yeah, but it affects football, doesn't it?
I think it's a widespread thing. It does.
Yeah.
It does. And
Yeah.
it is a widespread issue. And I think it's been blown even more up over the last week.
We will get round to the goals in a minute. Don't worry, Neil. I can tell you're getting excited about the goals. But yeah, we will get there in a minute, guys. Don't worry.
I did see a very good shout the other day, which was someone put, and this was on Facebook, and someone put on there, isn't it amazing how when COVID kicked in, everyone suddenly became a health expert, and now we've had this racism thing. Everyone's a political expert, and
Oh,
actually,
well, prior to that, we
you
were
can be
all
educated.
politicians, weren't we, with Brexit?
Yeah, now I'm Brexit.
Yeah.
Yeah. We switch it up, mate. We switch it up.
Yes, no, you're
Whereas,
right, mate.
we can just sit here and we can say, do you know what? We're football experts. Who's going to argue?
Exactly, yeah.
Winning. And we just run with that.
Yeah, we'll just go with
run
that.
with that.
Very quickly then, I mean, there's a point that I wanted to make, and I'd like your opinion on it. The one thing that someone said we could do to help combat some of the racism that we're experiencing in the game at the minute is to have more black coaches working within the football system, because they feel there's a huge imbalance with white coaches to black coaches. I mean, this has been going on a hell of a long time.
Yep.
My opinion of it, and I'm once again fully supportive of the idea. I think it will balance itself out over time. However, just purely because in this country we've had more white footballers, and only really over the last 15, maybe 20 years, we've had more black players.
25, I'd say since the Premier League, there's been more.
Yeah, there's been more and more and more. So I think the further we get down the line, the more of those are going to take their coaching badges. There's going to be more black players coming into the league, and they will go on to be successful coaches. That's how I feel about it. I don't think we need to go on a mass recruitment now for specific black coaches. I don't know what you think about that.
I think trying to bring. I think the issue is they're trying to instigate this. Is it called the Rooney Rule from American football?
Yeah.
Where for every top job you have to invite someone from the BAME community.
Yeah.
Okay. What happens if no one applies for the job?
Yeah.
What happens if no person of ethnic from an ethnic group or a non-white group applies for the job?
Yeah.
What are you meant to do then? Can you then not offer the job to anyone? It's a really hard situation to gauge. I think if people are being knocked back from jobs, because of their colour or their race, their religion, anything like that, that's wrong.
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
I think part of the problem when Paul Ince got the gig at Blackburn in the Premier League.
Yep.
Quite royally fucked it up. Now the difference is he then didn't get another chance. He then ended up at MK Dons and various other clubs, lower league, and didn't get another chance. Mark Hughes fucked up at Blackburn, somehow got a gig at Man City, then got a gig at Stoke, then got a gig somewhere else. And the guy's he's not done well anywhere.
Nowhere.
But he keeps getting gigs. Now in that situation, is he applying? Is it? And it's really hard because we're not seeing that application process. Does Paul Ince go into it a bit slapdash like won numerous leagues for Man United, didn't I? Yeah, was England captain, wasn't I? Yeah. I've done this, I've done that. I'll get a team that works really, really hard. And then Mark Hughes goes in with a 45-page dossier on all of the players and think we don't know what's happening.
Precisely.
So saying that this group of people service, love it.
Oh wow, look at that.
Yeah. Just
show off.
Shout out to the Jarita. I said when I run out, I'll drop you a text, and she said,
"Oh, that's what you're doing."
Please. So I made sure I dropped a please into my text. Put a couple of kisses in there as well. Treat you there, mate. No, it's a treat you there.
You little romantic, you.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I made her go to the shop and buy them earlier. But
okay.
Anyway.
Yeah.
But I think
we'll round up on that.
Just because we're saying yes, you have to interview. It doesn't mean people are going to get that job. It doesn't mean that this group from an ethnic background that is different is going to get the opportunity to have the job. We're just interviewing them, and that doesn't serve any purpose either. Yeah. I think for a period of time, Reading had. I think Reading's under 23 or development manager is a former player, Michael Gilts, who's a black guy, and he stuck at Reading for years in the late 80s, early 90s, and got loads of racist abuse from fans all over the country. I mean, one of Reading's local rivals was Millwall.
Oh God!
I mean,
if
you're a black guy and you're playing for the local rival team, you're really stuffed.
Yeah, big time.
But he's got the job at Reading. But I don't know if he's doing a good job or not.
Mm.
And has he got that gig because he was the best person for the job? Or has he got the gig because he was a former Reading player and he knows the club?
Yeah.
It's always going to be, you're always going to have those sorts of things. I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think to enforce it creates a bad image, but equally there's got to be the desire for people to want to progress and do.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
And equally, if you've got a lot of players who have suffered racism when they've been playing, why the hell would they want to then put themselves in the byline as a manager?
But this is maybe why we're not seeing enough black coaches. It's because why would you want to subject yourself to what has been a career full of abuse? Which is sad.
You're then
it's
taking the brunt for the rest of your team playing badly.
Yeah.
Not only your own performance, but the rest of the team now.
Yeah. Definitely, it puts a bigger target on your back. Okay, so we'll move on to the.
Let's go on to the good stuff.
The goals, the goal situation of the tournament.
Stuff.
So we're moving into what will be the last round of 16 ties, and then we'll be drawing our quarterfinal ties tonight. So it's all very exciting. We're getting down to the business end now. So
goals.
I know. Once again, this is a show full of bangers tonight, boys and girls. Show full of bangers.
A show full of bangers. Do we have anyone on Facebook tonight? We got 5 viewers on here. Mm-hmm. I saw that it cropped up a minute ago. Lewis liking it. I don't think he's done it via Twitch. I think he's done it via Facebook.
It's on our Facebook. Is everyone ready to start putting their votes in for our goal ties for tonight? Is there anyone that's not been here for any of the votes that we've done so far and needs a little bit of education on how we do it? Has anyone got any questions? Or are we ready to press on? We have the bowl here, the magic bowl.
From what I can... I've just literally logged onto the Facebook Live and it tells me who are watching on there. So Dennis and Chris are both watching on Facebook, or they were. It doesn't tell me whether they've come off again, but it tells me that they were watching. So be ready for your vote time.
Yeah, Dennis is in the house. Go on.
He's there. I am here. Good work.
Good lad. What's up, man?
So, and just to let you know, Dennis, you have made Sean happier that Maynor Figueroa has gone through from Monday night because you referred to him as Figgy. And now Sean has coined the phrase getting figgy with it. Which now makes Sean happier.
Getting figgy with it.
Getting figgy with it. Which has made Sean far more excited at the fact that Figueroa is in. Because that just doesn't getting company with it doesn't work.
Nah, getting Vinny with it. Oh no, I've ruined it. Damn it.
Yeah, no. We're definitely figgy with it.
Definitely getting figgy with it.
Figgy
so yeah,
with it. Right.
Thanks for that, Dennis.
So, good work.
Okay. So anyone who's being quiet, not getting involved, we're going to show you some goals, and then you're going to tell us which one you think should be making it through to our quarterfinals. Neil is going to very kindly garnish us with the ties for tonight. We have 4 ties in total, so 8 goals. So we'll be showing you 2 goals, asking for you to vote, then another 2 goals and asking for you to vote, another 2 vote, and then another 2 vote, followed by our quarterfinal draw.
And they are bangers. We have Emre Can for Liverpool versus Watford in a head-to-head against Steven Gerrard for Liverpool against West Ham in the FA Cup final on the worst day ever. We have Wayne Rooney for Manchester United against Man City.
Remember the name?
Against
Wayne Rooney.
Dennis Bergkamp for Arsenal against Leicester. We have a Trevor Sinclair for QPR versus Barnsley against Eric Cantona for Manchester United versus Sunderland. And we have Dietmar Hamann for Liverpool versus Portsmouth. Diddy Hamann, Dietmar.
Hang on, maybe we can get that going. Getting Diddy with it. Na 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 na. Getting Diddy with it.
We've just got you happy with Figgy. Let's not spoil it.
So
Diddy Hamann for Liverpool versus Portsmouth versus Jack Wilshere for Arsenal against Norwich.
Ooh. It's exciting times. Very exciting times.
It is. It is.
And like I say, it's going to be followed by our quarter-final draw. The actual quarter-final
It
draw
will.
this time, unlike the last one.
Yeah. Yeah. Unlike our thought-up quarterfinal draw, that was nowhere near the quarterfinals.
Yeah, because we accidentally miscounted. I say we, it was me. My bad. Sorry about that. Oh, I think I broke that light now.
No. Any chance of squeezing in the Safri banger as I missed it on Monday? No, Coop, you have to tune in on Monday or Thursday next week because he went through.
You went through,
You'll have to make sure that. Yeah, you'll have to make sure either it's a loo break when Safri's coming on, or you're not working.
We'll try and help you out if it needs to be, Coop. But yeah, it will 100% be shown again on Monday. So if we don't get time tonight, which I don't think we will because we're already half an hour late. So
it may not be shown on Monday.
Why not?
Depends on when it gets drawn, don't it?
Does it?
Oh no, of course. It's only going to be 4 games. Yes, it's going to be 4. Yeah, all the yeah. Ignore me.
Yes,
Next
I'm not the only one who
Thursday will
fucked
be the
up. Yes, get it.
Yeah, finals day.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go on with the serious stuff. So we're going to
definitely Monday.
Those who haven't watched before, we're going to show you a goal, followed by another goal, then we're going to ask for you to vote. So here is the first goal of tonight's show. Just a little FA Cup rewind. How nice is that?
I didn't realise this was an FA Cup goal. Oh, you're doing the Gerrard one first?
Yeah.
That's why. What a banger.
Just spanking it.
It was just spank. You just want Mike Dean in it, don't you?
I was going to say,
that's all it is. You don't care about Rooney's goal. You want to see Mike Dean.
Although, having said that, this could mean that Coop ends up voting for my mate Figgy because it was Mike Dean who initially gave the free kick. We established that on Monday's show.
We did.
So we have officially given Mike Dean the assist for that goal, just to update everyone.
I'm pretty sure also that Mike Dean pointed that the goalkeeper was off his line to Figueroa as well. He said, "Mate, he's off his line. Have a pop."
Yeah, go on, have a go, son.
Pretty sure he did. Bet him a quid, didn't he? Bet him a quid. We've all been there.
Oh, well, yeah, definitely 20p, mate, for me.
Cool. All right, and then we're on to Emre Can. Look at that.
Oh, Schnicky. Oh, he's happy.
And angry all in once.
Yeah.
Turkish German.
Got a lovely head of hair.
Yeah. Young as well, isn't he? A young boy. 25. Now. I think he's only 25. Yeah, Turkish German. Can you imagine that? Schnitzel kebab. Love it.
Oh. What should call this goal? The Schnitzel kebab.
Yeah. Wrapped with a garlic mayo sauce for your no sexy night.
Right, boys and girls, so these are the 2 goals that we're asking you to tell us, both myself and Neil, which one is the better goal. So either Gerrard's half-volley spank against West Ham in an FA Cup final, or Emre Can's
last minute of the extra...
acrobatic attempt against Watford.
Extra time, FA Cup final, or Emre Can's sort of scissor kick volley against Watford. Someone from Liverpool is going home.
Which can only be a good thing.
Yes.
Because if anyone can, Emre can.
Yeah.
Lorenzi, I'm taking that as a vote for Chan, by the way.
Yeah. There's a delay here, Chan.
Chan.
What? Wow.
3 Chans.
Wow.
3 Jackies.
Jackie's in. Can. Wow.
4 Emre Chans. I'm liking this. Oh, Stevie won't be happy, will he? In all fairness, O'Neill, I'd like to look at this as a positive thing. Is if Emre Can, say for instance, was to go through in this tie and go on and win our goal competition. At least I think he would savour the piece of silverware a bit more than what Steven Gerrard would. I think.
No, because he's been in Juve and places like he's going to have won more silverware than Steven Gerrard ever did.
No, I'm not so
I'd
sure.
like to. Do you know what? Do you know what? If Steven Gerrard went through to the final and won it, I'd love to send a note to Steven Gerrard saying, "You've done this on my wedding day. Not only did I not get to see this because it was my wedding day, it was possibly the biggest waste of time of my life anyway."
You can still send Stevie a letter.
That's what I mean.
It's not
I
too
could
late.
put it all in there. I could put it all in there and say, "Look, here's a trophy for you because I didn't get to see this goal until a year later, whilst watching the following year's cup final."
Okay, is anyone on Facebook or Twitch
gone for Stevie.
Yeah, it's gone for his mate Stevie G. Has anyone not got their vote in? Anyone who doesn't
we've got
want
Chan. It's all about the Chan by the look of it.
Say, if it looks like anyone can, then Emery can.
Yeah. Is
Well,
the magical sandal on Facebook still? I mean, he's not dropped in a vote. Said he was watching. I mean, I know that it would hurt him to vote for either Liverpool player.
Yeah, in which case I'd let him not vote, mate. I'd let him not vote. I mean, do you think I'd really vote on this one?
For Steven Gerrard.
No.
He'd probably go for Steven Gerrard because he's nearer to the strawberry blonde than Emre Can.
Bit harsh.
Sandal's all about the solidarity.
He's a good lad.
He is. He's also all about the solidarity. Hey.
Do you know what? That's remarkable. Thinking about that, Neil, is that since we've done this competition, there's not a single Paul Scholes goal in this.
No.
How remarkable!
He scored lots of good goals, didn't he? But I'm very surprised.
Jesus Christ, he scored some incredible goals.
I'm surprised the volley
against Aston Villa.
Was it Villa?
Yeah.
Yeah, from the corner that came out to him that he spanked. I'm surprised that never won goal of the season. But then equally, I suppose it's one of those awkward ones where until you look back on the years and see which ones did win it.
Yeah. We talked about that, didn't we? Because which goal was it? It was we talked about Eric Cantona's one, and then I can't remember which one was better than it. But we looked at him and was like, oh, okay, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, the year that he lost.
Oh, it was Trevor Sinclair's goal. Trevor Sinclair's goal won it the same year as Eric Cantona's.
Yes.
Which is a bit of a quinky dink based on tonight's show.
Yeah, they're against each other. The people have a chance to rewrite the history books or agree completely with the history books.
Or agree completely. Either way, whilst we're talking about that, Emre Can has gone into the bowl for the quarterfinal draw. Excuse me.
We didn't even need to replay them and discuss them. It was a pretty much done.
Hung, drawn and quartered for our old mate Stevie. Sorry, mate.
Well, that means I don't have to do that letter to Stephen.
Yep.
I mean, I might do it anyway. But...
Yeah, I'll do it anyways. Why not? Since we're going to start sending letters out. Okay. Our next tie sees Dennis Bergkamp face off against Wayne Rooney. Boys and girls, if you can't remember the goals, what is wrong with you? We will show you them and ask you to decide which one is better. So first up, Mr. Bergkamp, take it away.
We have to discuss these two.
Nah, mate. No discussion here, boy.
Not on that one. I think that this goal is made better by the first person celebrating with Dennis Bergkamp is Stephen Hughes. Who?
Comedian, isn't he?
Is he?
Yeah. He's a comedian now. Stephen Hughes is comedian.
All the angles. Is he? I don't know. No. I know Sean Hughes.
I don't know Sean Hughes. Never met him.
I know I was shocked when Nani crossed this. I was less shocked when I realised it took a deflection.
Bit harsh.
Now, mate. Nani was a greedy bastard.
That's the one. Okie dokie. those are your.
Was that subliminal messaging, was it?
What's that?
A bit of subliminal messaging there, was there? Just as you finished, you turned that off. You went, "Yeah, that's the one."
Oh, it was the camera angle. It's the one that was right behind it where you see it go in the top corner. I was like, oh, that's the camera angle. Sorry. Guys, don't feel.
Okay. Yeah,
you can vote for whichever one you want, but if
like,
Rooney loses, I'm going to be pissed.
That sounded like subliminal messaging there. Yeah, that's the one.
I think this is pretty tough one. Bergkamp all the way. Fair enough.
Yeah.
You're wrong, but fair enough. I joke. I joke. I seriously do joke. Whichever goal is going to go out here, we're losing an iconic goal from our competition. So this is where the business end gets a bit cruel. Neil, you want to talk about the Bergkamp goal, so I'll let you, mate.
I'll
let you talk about.
Well, I'd like to talk about both of them. I mean, you looked at both of them the first time.
No, you just wanted to talk about Dennis's one, mate. I'll let you. A nice guy.
I just think where we question, where we both, and a lot of people argued with us, but where we both questioned the Bergkamp goal against Newcastle, there can be no question here. He's pulled that. He knows what he's doing. Yep. He sent, and it's Matt Elliott, who's the centre back that he's done. He was an absolute animal, and for a period of time in the Premier League, Matt Elliott was amazing. And he's just sent him.
Yeah.
He's just said, "See you later, buddy."
To be fair, I'll just try and stop it at the bit where he tries to pretty much rip Dennis's nose off. Let's wait for it. He takes the second touch and then he thinks, "I'm going to fucking rip your head off." Look, just there. He grabs him.
Yeah, look, he's gone for a full swing, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Gone for a full clothesline.
Yeah, goes at.
And then he has to quickly retract his arm.
Scratching his nose for him.
He's still trying to grab it in. But it's then that little touch, and he's put it in the. He's not spanked it. He's got his whole body. It's like the Arsenal, the Newcastle finish all over again. He's got himself all the way around and side-footed it with his favoured foot. He's managed to get his body into the most ridiculous position instead of just taking a swing with his left foot. I think the pass there is a peach. It's seen the run.
Yep.
That touch is fantastic. That touch is even better. And then the little touch that he takes with his left foot to be able to then tee it up onto his right foot is beautiful. And do you know what I'm really loving? This isn't jittery today. I can watch it on the screen. It's that as he pulls it, it's the flick away from Elliott, and then the touch with his left foot so that he has to pivot his body just a little bit. It is a hard choice. People have put in their very difficult choice. But yeah, I think the Rooney goal is fantastic, and he's made a hell of a lot of across that probably isn't great, and then has taken a big deflection or taken a deflection as it's come through. And it's improvisation, but that's just class. And do you know what? I'd love to see Bergkamp go out after he got rid of Matt, after he got rid of Lettis in the first round. I'd love to see Bergkamp go out. But that's an absolute belter. What I'd like to see is Bergkamp versus Bergkamp in the semi-final or in the quarter-final. Because,
why do you want to see that, Neil?
Then we've got to pick, because we have to then pick which one's better out of those two goals. And I think it'll be interesting to see everyone who said the Newcastle goal was pure class. I think that's a better goal.
Yeah, I have absolutely no arguments with you on that one. I completely, implicitly agree that the Leicester goal was a better goal than the Newcastle goal, just purely based on the technique.
He knows. Yeah.
I say we can say what we want about the Newcastle goal, but for us, I think both goals are very different for different reasons. But I think for us as footballing, as footballing men, we can appreciate that second one a lot more against Leicester.
Yeah. So where are we at? So we've got Bergkamp, Rooney, Bergkamp.
Bergkamp.
Bergkamp. Looks like it's a Bergkamp. Wazza is out.
So the man who went into our competition with the most bites of the cherry
And three
in
Three
three
chances.
attempts is no longer in the competition. And yet the man who arrived with 2 lives is skipping on through without avail. So
with both goals in the quarters. Yeah.
easy peasy, lemon squeezy if your name is Dennis.
Oh, Denny. Denny.
So-
Denny.
We will now move on to our next tie. And we've got 2 goals in the same season.
Just saying,
What are you just saying?
Bergkamp. Bergkamp always makes me think of like a really rubbish holiday school in like Antarctica. You know, I was
Thanks
in
for that,
Family
Neil.
Guy. Camp
We'll move on.
Refugee. Camp Refugee. Yes, moving on.
Have you been drinking since 4 o'clock?
Oh, I wish, mate. Oh.
Have a little celebration at the end.
Legend.
So it's either that goal or this goal.
Now, this one's hard for you, and it's Sean, because these were your 2 favourites.
I love both of the goals for 2 very different reasons.
Your pick and one of your favourites. Yeah, one of your favourites and your pick.
Yeah, definitely. Yes, this is arguably the tie of the round. Of the round. So those are the 2 goals we're going to ask you to vote on, please, guys. Which one is worthy in your eyes of going through to our quarter final?
Are we going to do a little rerun, or?
I don't know, Neil. What would you like to see, my friend? What would you like to pick the bones out of?
Do you know? I think the Cantona one. There's more to pick from.
We can see Cantona again. Let's blow it up a bit.
So it's Cantona with the ball there as he beats a couple of people. He gets it and he gets it back, and it's the chip, and he's beaten. He's got the 1-2 from Brian McClare, and it's the chip, and he's there. He picks the ball up and he goes one way, he turns back, and he drives through. But I think also paramount in this goal and in this image is the scoreline. Manchester United have annihilated Sunderland, and when you and I didn't really notice this before. When you look at their defending, they're running with him. They're not trying to tackle him. They're running with him, and it's almost like they've kind of given up. But he's still got to do it, and he's picked the ball up on the halfway line. And Cantona was not a guy who was going to pick the ball up on the halfway line and run at a defence on a regular basis like this. And he creates it, he gets a 1-2, and he just brushes the 2 defenders to one side. But look at the defending. They just run into each other. But the finish, right into the stanchion. And the celebration.
You've got to love the celebration.
Absolutely brilliant. Yeah. See, the thing that's different is his celebration is, yeah, I'm great. Trevor Sinclair's celebration is with Rufus Brevett.
Doesn't discredit the goal anymore, does it? Bit harsh.
I think it's the Trevor Sinclair overhead kick is an absolute belter. Absolute belter. When you watch the whole process. But at that point in time, I don't think Barnsley were a great team. They weren't Premier League. They had a whole 1 season there anyway. It's right in the top corner. I think it's one of those. If you're hitting an overhead kick from there, you're aiming to get it on target. You're not aiming to get it in the top corner. It is an absolute belter of a goal. But you can imagine Cantona scoring his goal time and time again against any opposition. That's a 1 in 100. Does that make it better?
Yeah.
You reckon?
Yeah, I mean, if you do something regularly, how is that going to be better than something which is a one-off? You know.
But that shows your class if you're able to do it regularly.
I think in this instance, you've got to go with either. I think they're both just individual moments of
Absolute brilliance.
No, I wouldn't say absolute brilliance. I'd say they're just moments of don't know, just you know, that's what football's about. It just creates these moments where things happen that we don't. I don't imagine either one of those players training to do that thing on a training pitch, or you know, in warm ups or anything like that. You know, regardless of what anyone would say, I think both of those goals show what we love about football. When we was on the, you know, we was in the park just having a kickback with our mates. We just love scoring great goals and doing crazy audacious things. I think that's what both of those are about.
I can guarantee in training there was a number of times where Cantona tried to chip Schmeichel much like that, because it would have really fucked Schmeichel off.
I don't think you'd try and fuck Peter Schmeichel off from some of the stories that I've heard.
But of all the people to do it, Cantona would have been the one.
I mean, there's absolutely, yeah. It goes without saying that you'd. I mean, Christ, Neil. I mean, we've tried to chip keepers at goals, mate. Both of us have tried to do that in the warm up. It's what you do, mate. I don't think you ever do it and think, oh yeah. Do you know what? At the weekend we got a game against Sunderland. Do you know what? I've seen their keeper. I reckon I can chip him. You don't do it, mate. You just don't do it. It's just something you just do. You never go into a game practicing to chip a keeper, mate. I don't agree with that. No player does.
When we played in that tournament last year, the suppliers thing that we played in, yeah.
Yep.
I chipped the keeper in that, didn't I, from our own half and hit the crossbar.
Yep.
Yeah, what a hero. I love no head height rule. It's fantastic.
Yeah, brilliant. But yeah, no,
yeah, cool.
It's just one of them things. I think you just go with what you got at that time. So, and as I say, that's what for me. That's what I like about both those goals. Is it's just moments of, as I say, that kind of the sort of thing we used to do in down the park with our mates. That's what both those goals make me think of. So
gives you a warm fuzzy feeling.
No, I don't. It just I go back to a time when I had hair. That's all. So.
A warm fuzzy feeling.
Cantona. 4-1 in favour of Cantona. I make it.
It looks that way, yeah. Lavenzio, I wish we had videos of it. Unfortunately, both of our other halves were there, and they got sidetracked by a raffle and a tombola.
Yeah. And drinking.
So in the four games we played, 4 games. So yeah, it was 4, wasn't it? In the 4 games we played, I think they watched one of them.
Did they watch that? I think they watched the first one. We lost and they just gave up. Yeah.
No, they watched the one where I scored the hat trick. Yeah, let's get that in. What a hero! What a hero! What a hero! my angry game.
Okay, Cantona goes through. Let's get rid of that one. My old mate Trev, and we move on to our final face-off
versus Jack. Jack's proper goal of the season winner.
Bit harsh. Both were proper ones, Neil.
Yeah, we know the other one was a fudge. This one's a great goal, though. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, and it's the fact. I think from the point of view, he's picked the ball up from his right back
Yeah.
and driven across the pitch, and then 1-2, 1-2, and gets in on the end of it, and it's such a calm finish. Such a calm finish against, at the time, England's number 3 goalkeeper.
Mm. You say just he doesn't even look up to see where the keeper is. He just puts it in the back of the net. It's a superb finish, but
he knows that. Yeah,
I don't think even we
so
recognised
is
how
this.
early on he picked the ball up, and how much work he actually done
No.
to get to that position. Up there.
But then equally, I don't think when we watched this one before, either of us realised
It's poor
how
defending in it,
good a
Neil.
goal this was.
No, it's not. No, that was one person's
Who said? Someone did say
arguments.
that, didn't
Yeah, I know. This is
Yeah.
to call this poor defending is. I mean, Christ. I mean, we got called shocking for talking about Bergkamp's goal the other day. I mean, if you think this is bad defending, then fuck me. You need to have your
There's
you
nothing.
need to have a lobotomy.
Nothing that can be done. Nothing that can be done. And this is now where it gets interesting, because up until this point, you've had banger against banger against banger against banger. The Bergkamp one against Rooney was a little bit different. It's technique, but they're both skillful goals.
Yeah.
This one is something completely different. One is an absolute smash with control, and the other one is a unbelievably good team move.
Yeah.
With a nice finish at the end.
Extremely contrasted goals, aren't they?
Yeah. So, guys, is it Didi Hamann or is it Jack Wilshere?
This is the question.
I'd like to say as well, that Jack Wilshere goal, I think it's fantastic. But at points in time, the Norwich defence were as slow as the Norwich broadband about 5 years ago.
Oh, I see. I'd say they're slower, mate, but that's the one thing to look back on it.
Oh, Wilshere's got the vote. Got the vote? Got
the what?
He's got the vote. One vote. Wilshere, so much in it. Purity. It's a good Liverpool build-up.
Yeah, it's the only thing with the Norwich goal, in my opinion, is there's absolutely zero urgency on the defending. And
I think the issue is Tetty's running with him, and then just stops there. And Wilshere just runs through. He's with him. He's not with him. He's stopped running. Wilshere's all on his own, rolled it in. I think it's a great goal. I think Norwich could have done more. Norwich could have done more to stop Wilshere's goal. I don't think Portsmouth could have done anything to stop Hamann's goal.
Yeah.
But from a purity point of view,
as you say, this is where it's like I say, it's a complete toss of a coin, in my opinion, because they're both absolutely phenomenal goals for two polar opposite decisions.
Yeah.
I mean, just to kind of look at the Harmon strike, I think the volley as well. I mean, what I like about it is, when you volley a ball, you don't really try to muller the ball. You just try and get your laces on it, and that's what I like about the Harmon goal. You can see he's not tried to bang it too hard. He's just tried to get a really good contact, and it's obviously paid off for him.
All the pace has come off with that cross, hasn't it? His foot's gone through it, but he's caught it with the outside of his boot. The bend on it as he hits that volley is beautiful.
Yeah.
But
yeah, as you say, just two very different goals. When it comes to technique wise, one is just a fantastic team move and clever, intricate passing and moving, and the other one is just a moment of superb technique from from a great opportunity.
And it looks like a draw at the moment.
I got it 3-2 in favour of Wilshere. Wilshere, Harman, Wilshere. 3-2 Wilshere. Speak now or forever hold your peace. Do. Getting figgy with it. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Getting figgy with it. Na 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 na. Anyone got a vote, or are you all? Granty B coming in with a deciding vote. Wilshere it is then. 4-2
Wilshere, there we
Wilshere.
go.
Cheers, Grant. Thank you very much.
Snuck himself on.
Snuck in there.
Literally, just sent me a message. He just sent me a
What a
message
boy.
saying that he'd gone training. And
Gone
I was like,
training?
last votes are in. Yeah, he went training.
Good lad.
We won't go. We won't tell you what he said after that. Yeah, went training, and I said, well, we're still on last vote. He said, I'm not home, but he's obviously near enough home to pick up and make sure that Jack goes through.
Yes, lad. Good lad. Thanks for joining, Grant, and helping us call the shots. Liking it a lot. That concludes the round of 16, boys and girls. So going into the bowl for tonight, we will now carry out the draw for our quarterfinals before signing off. So once again, Grant, you joined at just the right time, my friend, to see what goals we'll be seeing on Monday for you guys to vote on.
Are we going to indulge Coop? Are we going to show Safri?
What?
After?
Hang on. Whoa. Knee popped out. Tonight?
Yeah. And back in.
Dude.
Silly boy. I've double checked that he's got it strapped up, or whether he had it strapped up. He said he's going home for a hot bath.
Go have a hot bath. Take a couple of days to recover, mate. Get plenty of ice on it. Lots and lots of ice. Lots of ice.
Don't have a hot bath. Have a cold bath. You want it to tighten, not loosen.
Either one, mate. Whichever one just helps. I think anything can help, and then rest.
If it's popped out and then popped back in again, have a normal shower or something, Grant, and then hold your knee in cold water for a while, so it tightens it up, so it'll tighten the muscles and everything around. Hot bath will relax all the muscles, and your knee will feel loose.
Either
Dr.
way,
Neil.
Look after yourself, mate. Look after yourself.
Either way, make sure he's strapped up from now going forward for the next few weeks.
Yeah. Protect that knee, boyo.
Protect that knee.
Right.
Anyway,
Neil, could you kindly just run through what names we have in the bowl, please, me old China?
The names in the bowl. We have Emre Chan.
Anyone can.
Dennis Bergkamp. We have Dennis Bergkamp. We have Le God, Matt Letitia. We have Eric Cantona and his seagulls. We have Maynor getting figgy with it. Figueroa. We have Jack Wilshere. And we have Yusuf Safri.
Should stop doing that. Okay.
Huh? What were you doing? I missed it completely.
Oh, I've got my light on.
You said I should keep doing that.
Any time that we mention Figueroa, na. Get figgy with it. Na. There we go. That's enough of that. For those who've been paying attention that have noticed, thank you very much. Okay, Neil is kindly taking notes. So nearly. The first name out will be Yusuf Safri against Newcastle.
Oh.
The first name to come out in our quarterfinals.
Yes, and he will be heading off against.
Maynor Figueroa.
Wow, Safri's in the semis then.
Yeah, getting figgy with it. Na 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 na. Get figgy with it.
Just as you've made it okay to like that goal, he goes out.
So when it goes out, everyone, you're welcome. Okay, the next tie
You'll never hear Will
is
Smith the same again.
Dennis Bergkamp versus Leicester. His goal versus Leicester, not Newcastle versus Leicester.
Come on, Bergkamp against Bergkamp.
Give it a good shake just to make sure. I don't know which one it is. Getting Safri. It goes up against
Safri with
Matt Le Tissier versus Newcastle.
off. Lettuce. All the way.
Neil, it's up to the public to decide on who wins this
Completely.
competition, mate.
I completely agree. Yes, it is. Lettuce.
Next we have
Not Lettuce.
Jack Wilshere against Norwich. That faces off against Dennis Bergkamp versus Newcastle. There's a lot of Arsenal goals in here, isn't there?
Yeah, I was just thinking that. There's 3.
Surprised that, isn't it? So we have, just to confirm, we've not diddled the voters. Emre Can versus Watford faces off against King Eric Cantona versus Sunderland. Okie dokie.
What a round of bangers.
It's as I say, it's down to the saucy bits now, boys and girls. It'll be very interesting.
Yep.
See how this plays out. Very exciting times.
Neil, a few very similar goals in there as well.
There is. I think
similar goals in there.
It's nice that people have voted for the more cultured goals instead of just the bangs from distance. Yeah. So it shows that we've got a very tasteful bunch of viewers watching us, which I like.
It does. People with a sense of knowing.
And as Lorenzo said, it's all bangers, no mash. Like it. Very good. I doff my cap to you, sir. That is
very clever.
Brilliant. Very good.
All bangers, no.
So that concludes not only the quarterfinal draw, but also our show for tonight. Neil, would you like to make any final words before we sign off for this evening?
No, I'm happy with the goals that went through tonight. They're the goals that I hoped would go through, which is good. The only one I was a little bit unsure of was the Emre Can versus the Gerrard one. I didn't know which way that would go.
Yep.
But I thought the Bergkamp goal would beat the Rooney one. I hoped the Cantona one would beat the Sinclair one. And I thought the Wilshere one would beat the Hammam one. So I'm pleased with the goals that have gone through. I can't say I'm necessarily pleased with the draw because, Matt Le Tissier's got to work hard again. But he's a worker. No, he isn't. That's a lie. He was a shirker, but he was a fantastic player. Yeah, but he was a leg.
Yes.
And I think it'll, cream rises to the top, don't it? And we'll see who makes it through to the semi-finals on Monday. And
Absolutely.
Equally, on Monday, do you know what that is, Sean?
Go on, what is Monday, Neil?
Monday is only 2 days away from the restart of the Premier League.
Get in. Yes. Football.
It's coming home. It's coming home. Unfortunately, there's no pub to watch it in, but it's coming home.
Yeah, it's coming home, boys and girls. So we finally have some football to watch. Thanks again, everyone that's joined us for tonight's show. We'll be back again on Monday at 7:30 p.m. live on Twitch and Facebook for the quarterfinal, followed by the semi-final draw. We shall see you all then for more fun excitement, no doubt.
Cool. Cheers, guys. See you later.
See you later.